and I'm running the Canyon Spectral CF, so it's a 140mm travel, slightly smaller bike than normal. Hopefully it'll give me an advantage in the sort of tighter trails here in Tweed Valley. The rear suspension is slightly firmer in the stroke and also slightly less of it, so it is more like precise or more direct, which I think suits me on these, particularly the second day of racing here is very physical and just carrying speed for me, it works slightly better on this bike. This is a medium, so compared to my Strive where I'd be on a medium race, this is slightly shorter. This is just a stock frame, 50mm stem, as it comes, fits me perfectly. Got the Pike set at 160, so that is, I suppose, slightly modified from the stock build, but just take some big hits on some parts of the stages where you do want a big bike, but on the whole weekend I chose this bike, but in some areas I want the big fork. So I've got one token in them because I don't like it to sit too low in the travel, so I run slightly more air pressure and slightly less spaces compared to quite a few other people. The Monarch, which is like the XX version, so it comes with a hydraulic lockout for some parts of the stages where it's a benefit, and particularly on the smaller bike and on the shorter trails you don't really need the piggyback in some situations because it's not going to overheat, especially on a cold wet day here. There's a couple of stages where it will be really good, and then on a few of the stages I won't use it at all and I'll just be focused on the riding. Debonair can with no tokens in the back there, just run full volume. I got a 34 tooth on, just for the liaisons here are pretty long. For Sunday I'll probably switch to a 36 for the faster descents. My sort of go-to tyre choice is just Mavic Crest and Mavic Roam, and then if it does piss it down, which I don't think it will, spikes will come out, but all the trail centre stuff will be golden. Tubeless setup every time, quite a big difference in front and rear, so like 23 front, 29 back. That's basically on my limit, front and rear of burping, so I like them as soft as possible without losing pressure. Bar which 740, just stock rental bar there, nothing too wide, seems pretty perfect. I always go tie bolts, and race bikes I may as well, so all the bar clamps, stem, seat post, brakes are all tie. This bike is 11.99 kilos, so yeah, if I get it under 12 for race day, that's perfect. Well, I'm testing out a new saddle for Ergon, so this is like prototype seat, which is basically just shorter and narrower, and then I can run it slightly higher in the downhill position, so that yeah, it doesn't really get in my way at all. It's like quite a small saddle, but a little bit higher than normal, and that's working out really well for me. I brake with the inside part of my finger, so brake's really close in. I always adjust my shifter paddles to get them closer together as well, and run my lockout inside my shifter, which takes a little custom shim there, and just basically have all my controls really easy to reach and really handy to use. If my hand doesn't change position for everything, then that's basically more usable. So 170 cranks. Played about with 165s on this bike. It's pretty good. Basically, yeah, I think a short crank's good, and yeah, spin to win.